All right. We are going to use teeny tiny weights today, or I have my threes. If you have twos or fives or whatever, we're going to get into the smaller muscles of the shoulders and then the upper middle back. So anyway, let's go ahead and start in a child's pose on your mat. Put your big toes together and your knees really wide. Reach your arms forward as far as you can so you can get some stretch through that upper back. Feel the core engage. Go ahead and take your head side to side, rotating through the neck, and then nod up and down. And then go ahead and come up onto your hands and knees, and we'll go through some cat-cow. So inhale, push your chest forward, let your tailbone rise to the ceiling, and then exhale and round. Feel yourself dome through your upper back as well. Inhale, push forward, and then exhale and round. One more. Inhale, push forward, and then exhale and round. All right, take your right hand behind your head with your elbow nice and wide. Try your best to keep your hips level. You're going to inhale, rotate your elbow up, and then exhale, tap your elbow down toward your wrist. Inhale to lift. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale to lift. Exhale down. Two more. Spread evenly through that palm on the ground. Our goal here is to get that rotation through the mid back and drop. Other side. Inhale, lift that left elbow up. Exhale, drop. Again, trying to focus on keeping your hips level and rotating through your mid spine. Inhale to twist. Exhale, lower. Last one. And done. Okay, we're going to go ahead and sit back on our heels. You can tuck your toes under or keep them right there. And then just bring one arm over to reach along the side. Tap that arm down and then reach the other. So again, space through the spine, kind of getting it warmed up since that's what we're going to focus on today. Let's go one more each side. Reach across, make sure your neck is staying relaxed. And then the other. All right, let's go ahead and open up into a low squat. If you need to shift side to side first, it's fine. And then see if you can eventually settle into a full low squat. It's awesome to be able to do one of these squats. Good for all the joints. Heard it's good for your organs. It's good for you overall, so why not? Okay, we're going to finish up our warm-up with just lying on the ground on your back. You're going to extend your right leg long, but have it hover off the ground, and then tuck your left knee in. You can keep your head resting on the floor or tuck your chin in, scoop through that low belly. Inhale, exhale, switch, and switch. Pull that knee in nice and tight. Flex through the quad on your pushing leg. Grab through your core, pushing your low back into the ground. One more round. All right. Go ahead and come on up and lift or turn back around, and I'll kind of show you what we're going to be going through. So like I said, we're going to use our little weights so we can really focus on grabbing the muscles first and then just adding that little bit of resistance. We're going to go through a super lift first with the weights. So it's basically like a Superman, but you're going to keep your toes on the ground, flexing your glutes, and then you're going to lift the upper body pinching together, but you'll be lifting with your little weights as well. And we're just going to stick with reps. We'll go 10 reps. Then we're going to do a weighted bird dog. So you'll hold one side. You're going to extend and then tuck. So we're going to just add in that little weight, that little bit of resistance. Then we're going to do an enduro pulse. We've done these before. They're shockingly difficult. Again, pushing your toes into the ground. Your arms are going to be straight behind you with your palms facing the floor. So you're going to just pulse lifting 10 times with your palms this direction, and then you're going to flip and have those palms go up while you pulse that direction. All right, then we're going to do a supported side pull. So you're going to plant onto one hand, knee on the same side, and get that lift through your oblique. Grab that weight, and you're just going to pull knee to elbow. All right, 10 on one side, 10 on the other. Then we're going to do swimmers, back down. Weights are going to be up in front. This is one that you may want to keep the weights behind and just do hands, no weights. But you're just going to flutter kick, 10 each side. Then we have the long list. A dead bug, again using those weights. We're going to add those in, extending opposite arm and leg. We've done weighted bugs before, but this one will keep the hands separate. Then we've got a shoulder trifecta. So you're going to start with those elbows tight and next to the rib cage in a 90-degree angle. They're going to open out away from you. There's one. Rotate back. 2. Squeeze in together. And 3. And then we're going to go back the way we came. All right, so we'll go 10 of those. Still focusing on making sure nothing gets into the neck and squeezing those shoulder blades together. We're going to be back down on the ground for butt ups. So not like our heel press, which is just that teeny weeny little press. You're going to lower those legs, scoop up, and then press up. So no weights here, just those presses. And then just to up the ante, if it works for you, we're going to hit up 10 squat thrusts. So that's a burpee with no push-up. If you don't want to do those, if that's not good for you, you're just going to do a nice march in place. Okay, so that's everything. Of course, I'll remind you as we go along, but we're going to start with that super lift. So facing the ground, find your weights. Even though you're lying on your stomach, make sure that that core is strong and really power through those toes to flex your glutes and your quads. Arms are going to be like in a goalpost position. Chin is tucked. And you're going to lift, squeezing shoulder blades. There's 1, 2. Pause a bit at the top. 3. We want to focus on that upper back. 5. Tuck that chin so your neck is neutral. 8. 9. And 10. All right, coming up, plant onto your left hand, grab one weight, and you're going to do your bird dog. So extend your opposite arm and leg, flex deeply through the back, and then tuck using the core. 2. As you extend, feel the muscles of the back contract, and then get into that core, tucking under. 5 on this side. 4. 3. Try to get your arms straight out in front of your shoulder. And 1. Okay, switching up other side. I'm getting warm. That's good. It means that core is flexed, contracted, heating up your overall body temperature. 3. Check in with that shoulder blade. 4. Still getting into those shoulder muscles. Hips are staying level. 3 to go. Tuck under nice and deep. Last one. 10. All right. Moving on, we're going to do our enduro pulse. So you're going to be back on your belly. Same position that we did for our super pull. So toes pushed in, belly nice and strong. Point your palms toward the ground first. Again, tuck your chin, squeeze between your shoulder blades, and then pull. 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10. Flip your palms facing up. Go again. Find that pinch between the shoulder blades. The tendency is to let those shoulders round forward. We want to keep them back. 3, 2, and 1. All right. You're going to go into a supported side pull. You can also do this standing if you need. You just lean and pull your arm and leg together. So make sure you got lots of height through your hip, and you're trying your best not to have the butt drop back behind you, right? So push those hips forward, get into those shoulders, feel that core. 3 to go. Front of the belly strong, press up out of the chest. Last one. Other side. This is fun. If you guys have been doing the other days, we've been getting quite a lot of heavy days. So it's a big change up. It's kind of crazy how much those little weights can add up. It really helps us get into some good framework. Flexion first, then adding that little bit of resistance. Get those little muscles lifting up through those hips. 7, 8, you should be feeling the leg as well. And 10. All right, getting our little swimmers. Like I said, you may want to keep your weights out of it on this one. So we are going to be getting into the legs and the arms. Slide those shoulder blades down, tuck your tailbone, flex through the core. 1, 2, 8, 9, 10. All right, let's take a little child's pose. Stretch those shoulders. And then we're going to be on our back, hitting up our dead bug. All right, shoulders start, slid down the spine, wrists right over those shoulders. Make sure that you feel flexion already. You should already feel heat through the core. Extend opposite arm and leg. We're going to take our time. 1. Reach behind really far. Feel that weight pull the arm. You know how I'm always saying to imagine resistance? Well, right now we have some, even though it's a little, but now you kind of know the difference of how it might feel. And you want to try to train yourself to manipulate that same flexion even when you're not holding weight. Flexing into those transverse abdominis muscles. So on the side front of your belly, press that low back into the ground. Keep space between your ear and shoulder. Here's 8. Extend, flex. You should feel the back helping to support that arm. 9. And 10. And then your other side. Okay, coming up, we're going to get our trifecta. Shoulders back and down, elbows squeezing tight. Find your stack, that stance, tuck your tailbone under, elbows come up high, rotate back, squeeze in, open back up, rotate down, and drop. Feel like your elbows are trying to be pulled away from your shoulder. So you're trying to create a long arm. All those different portions, parts of the shoulder. Still keeping that chest tall, that pinch between shoulder blades. As your arms come back down, envision you're trying to pop a balloon between your elbow and the rib cage. 6. Elbows right at shoulder height. 7. Open that chest, squeeze between shoulder blades. You should feel some heat in that upper middle back as well. Doing awesome. Last one. Open wide. Bring it up. Elbows in, open, and drop. Okay, we get our butt-ups. If for any reason the butt-ups don't work for you, you can do those little heel presses. So just pressing up through those heels. Otherwise, extend your legs a little bit away from you. Tuck in, push way up. So we're going for big, big height. 2. Maybe even getting those hips all the way over your shoulders. Lower, feel that flexion. Open through the chest. Only lower those legs so far that you can keep your low back on the ground. 2 to go. Open that chest. 9. And 10. All right. Finisher, just to kind of pop the intensity if you want it. Otherwise, march, holding that core strong. The rest of us are going to hit 10 squat thrusts. So plant your hands, jump back, jump in, jump up. Still for the core and your back. Slide those shoulder blades down. Feel that core stay strong. 3 to go. 9, 10. All right. Second set. Starting off with our super pull. Really getting into those upper middle back muscles. So find your goalpost arms, drive your toes into the ground, feel that tuck of the tailbone, tuck your chin, and then squeeze to lift. 2, don't worry about your height, worry about keeping that squeeze between your shoulder blades. 6, 8, 9, 10. Bird dogs are next. All right, guess we only need one. Plant that hand, find your leveled off shoulders and hips, and then extend and tuck. Find flexion, both directions. 3. Try to find even weight distribution from your hand to knee that's on the ground. Nothing in your neck. Use that core and back. Last one on this side. And your hamstring and glute on that extending side. Here we go. Watch that low back. You want to make sure it's not sagging. 4. Tucking that tailbone under. 7. Spread evenly through those fingertips. 9. And 10. Whew, let's definitely get into those little shoulder heads. It's good stuff. All right, let's see. We are on our pulse. Little endurance pulse. Again, push into those toes. We want to find that same squeeze between the shoulder blades. Palms face the ground. 1, 2. Tuck that tailbone. Try to open those shoulders away from the ground and toward one another. Okay, flip it over. 10, 9, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're going to go into our supported side plank. Spread through those fingertips. Same knee. Try to push those hips forward. Open up. Elbow extends overhead. Pull knee to elbow. 2, 3. Feel everything. What are you getting into? 6. Get that core going. 7. Breathe with it. 8. Flex into the shoulder blade, supporting side. 10. Other direction. Get that set up. Open. Ready, set, pull. 2, 3. Stay relaxed through the neck. 'Woo, it's burning. 8, 9. Pull the front of the belly strong toward the back. And 10. Okay, we have our little swimmers. These little guys are starting to feel heavier. Okay, tuck those toes under. Again, squeezing through those shoulder blades. Lift the legs this time, lift your arms, and then flutter kick. 8, 9, and 10. Whew. Okay, dead bugs. Lie it over. Get those legs up. Low back pushes into the ground. Flex it in deep, and then extend. Really think about, obviously, the core. But I'm loving how this feels in the scapula. So those muscles all underneath and around your shoulder blades. Keep your shoulder heads pushed back and down. Check in with that core. Check in with those legs. Everything is flexed and tightened, trying to slice through the air. Create space between your shoulders and ears. Final 3. Focus on the core, bringing that leg back. 2. And 1. All right, coming up. We're going to go into that shoulder trifecta. I'm actually going to go up in weight just a little for this one. Depending on where you're at and how it feels, stay where you are. It's more about keeping that perfect form. Keeping everything set in. 1. Open wide. Rotate back. Squeeze together. Open. Rotate. 2. You have to keep those hips tucked under. Shoulder blades squeezed together. Shoulder heads rotated back. And you're in control of each direction of the move. Not letting anything just fall into place. You are setting it there. Open those elbows wide. Remember, try to think about growing those elbows away from shoulders. Open wide, rotate down, be in control. 2 more. Pinch those shoulder blades together. Last one. Be in charge of that core. And done. Okay, back to those butt-ups. Legs are long, lower just until they get, your low back can stay on the ground, and then push up. 1. 2. Grab deep into that core. 3. You've got to open up that chest. Notice how you use all sorts of different parts of that core. Legs lowering, you're catching those legs as you pull. 8. Focusing on that scoop, scooping the belly, so difficult. Last one. 10. Okay, we're gonna get those squat thrusts or your marches, and then we have our final set. Here we go. 3. Work for some height off the ground. 9. 10. Okie doke. Last set of work. Super fly, Superman, super lift. First, touch those toes into the ground. Squeeze shoulder blades down. Ready? Go. 1. Keep your chin tucked. 'Butt stays flexed. Core stays strong. 9. 10. Okay. Bird dog. Extend your opposite arm and leg. Tuck together. 1. 2. Feel torque through the arm on the ground. 5. 6. Get a big tuck. 8. 9. By contracting through the front of the belly, switch it up. That's what we're getting, how we're getting into the core. Getting that knee. 1. And elbow to tuck. 2. 3. Think about what you want to be feeling. 5. 6. Neck stays relaxed. Work from the back and the core. 8. And that shoulder. 10. All right, our endurance pulse. Again, tucking those toes down. Squeeze those shoulder blades. 1, 2, 7, 8. Pinch between those shoulder blades. Flip the other direction. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, supported side pull. Plant on that hand. Push those hips forward. Here we go. 1, 2, 6. Kind of similar to that bird dog feel. Lots more in that leg. Last one. Other side. Make sure you get that shoulder right over the wrist. Here we go. 5. Try to extend straight. 7. 9. And 10. Okay, now we have our swimmers. Whew. Here we go. Feet and arms. 1, 2. Ooh, those are getting tough with the weights. Okay, we have our dead bugs. Flex into those feet. Tuck those elbows in. Here we go. 1 and 1. Elbows still kind of point at your knees. So whenever you wrap your elbows around, your triceps engage and your shoulder heads get set in also. I'm sure you all know and feel throughout the day, we just are more in a forward position. So those shoulders round forward and getting those elbows wrapped toward those knees right now, it's going to help keep the shoulder heads pulled back. 8, flex it in deep. 9, and 10. All right, coming up, we have our shoulder trifecta. Shoulders up, back, down. Stand this way. Make sure I keep my stack wide. Rotate back, pinch together, and drop. Lots of shoulder, but it's as much core and back to get the stability so your body's not swaying forward and back. Open wide, roll it back, pinch together. So especially as the elbows come in front of the face, that's where we want to really watch that upper back, hopefully not rounding together. Keep it pinched. Core stays strong. Be in control of that drop. Remember, this is 8. Feeling that left side. 9. And 10. Okay. We're going to get those butt-ups, our squat thrusts, and then we'll stretch. We're done. Ready, set, tuck, and push. Watch that low back. 2. 3. Be in control again. That drop. 5. 7. Using my hands for support, but trying not to get too much into my arms to help that core. 2 more. All right, make it a good one. Beautiful. Okay, squat thrust or your marches. Here we go. 1, 3, 4. Want to jump back into that plank position. 10. Woo. All right. We're going to go down onto the ground, hitting up a child's pose first. So just send your hips back, reach your arms way out in front. Push one elbow into the ground and then the other. Rotating side to side, still stretching through those shoulder blades. Okay, come up to your hands and knees, and we're going to go into a thread the needle. Grab that core, inhale, lift through your right arm, stay level. Exhale, tuck that hand underneath that arm. Reach your hips and body over toward the arm that you're lying on, just to get a little extra stretch. Push into your hand, come up. Inhale, lift your left arm up nice and high. And then exhale, tuck under, lying on the outside of that shoulder. and then come up. Let's get our little trifecta stretch here from the front hip flexor. Get about 15 seconds each. Always worth it. Feeling that upper back. If you have a roller, I would recommend rolling later. Hinge back, toe comes up, drop your hip. So reach over that leg. Make sure that that right hip is dropping down. Okay, and then your pigeon, so pull your foot across. Drop those hips down, make sure that they're leveled off. So meaning that you're not reaching, or that left hip isn't coming up too far. If you need, you can put a block or just hold yourself up, but you want the hip bones level to the ground. All right, let's switch to that other side. Left leg comes forward. Good old hip flexor. Ooh, the tight side. Hinge back. Get your hamstring. Drop that left hip if that's the one that's forward. Reach your chest toward the toe. And then we're going to take that foot across. Level off those hips. Maybe push a little into your hands, find that traction in the back, or you can go down onto your forearms. About 10 more seconds. All right, and then stand up, forward fold. We'll get that forward fold we're working on every day, seeing if we're getting any closer to the ground. Make sure you're stretching from your hip creases, letting the weight of your body, your upper body, pull you forward. Even if you never touch the ground, this is a great stretch to hit. All right, great work, everyone. Thanks for hitting up your shoulders. I hope you had fun.